whether it was either Clace or Crimsix on, but no one was ever on all at the same time. So I want to make sure that they're sinking back into a rhythm again, and that'll go a long way.
There's a shot at Jake, I believe.
Yes, that is the young gun Jake, and he's arguably one of the best shots in Europe. And he's young. I mean, he's going to have such a bright future in Call of Duty, and to surround yourself with a team of experience like that can go a long way.
All right, well, we are getting our games sorted out, but the players, they are into the action. To give you an update in game number 1, it is currently just 33 seconds to 26. We're on the second hard point, so the map slums. It's going to be pretty slow for the first 5 minutes, but then it's going to get awesome in the final 3.
Yeah.
As that last hard point rotates to the back, that's when the games get most intense. What was the closest hard point game you cast yesterday?
It was a 7-point difference, and I forget. It was Giants versus, it was that game that we opened up with. I forget who they were playing. It was a 7-point difference in hardpoint. But the thing about hardpoint slums and why that can be so challenging is if you're able to take over the spawns there, you essentially have 120 points because you can take the not only the junkyard, but then you rotate over in the garage as well. So if you can hold down that back spawn, it can be deadly. I mean, it literally could be a 120-point swing for any team. So slums, it's kind of a controversial hardpoint map because of that.
It's pretty interesting. It's all about controlling those spawns. Sometimes you get a few lucky breaks in it, but really controlling score streaks, so devastating for that center hard point. Also, so important for the rotation, calling those down. But as I take a look at all the stats, no one is more than +2. The best score in the game right now is coming from Bissell at 10-8. He has 1 capture, 4 defense, and everyone else within 1 or 2 kills of the difference. Now I'm seeing Aches. He's going to tie it up at 7-7 for Complexity, but Complexity actually getting outslayed at the start here.
Yeah, and tied game. So we're actually, while they're fixing the video signal, we're going radio announcer mode here. It is 68-63 in favor of Infused. Infused now in the garage hardpoint. They do have control over it, and they have the favorable back spawn. Jake with 4 consecutive kills, make it 5, has been the one that was holding it down there. So these teams have gone back and forth here as they are on the third hardpoint rotation.
Yeah, I just took a quick switch through all the players, and it looks like the only score streak belongs to Jake, just a Hellstorm. So they were able to get 1 score streak so far in this series, but I expect a lot more coming through. And I don't know if you saw in Anaheim, but this is the map that Complexity shut everyone out on. All of the highlights that you see from Complexity, they came from this game. Aches opened it up, got a War Machine. Then you saw Crim6 get the nastiest 4-piece I've ever seen. But early on, it's Infused taking it to Complexity. They're up 40 seconds. They're outslaying them. And it seems that they're just a little bit more comfortable all the way around. Jake's going to call in his Hellstorm, and he picks up 2. That's going to give Infused even more control of the center hardpoint.
Yeah, so it's exactly kind of what I was talking about. Complexity was actually in the lead, and then it got tied in the 60s. And when they went to the garage, you had Infused pretty much hold it down the entire time. So now it's a 114-73 lead. They're back in the middle hard point. It is the beginning of the hard point rotations, and it's back and forth as to be expected. But right now, Complexity is starting to get some time back in that hard point, 114-82 in favor of Infused. And Jake, again, can you take a look at the scoreboard real quick? I want to think Jake is up there pretty heavily.
Yeah, Aches just went on a 6 kill spree, so he's at 16-12. But Jake, 19-14, the lead slayer in this game. Also, Bissell still +3, up to 6 defense at 17-14.
Yeah, just beast play by them, and everybody other than Excellence is positive. Even Vintage doesn't have a ton of kills, but 10-7. And the one that's struggling right now, Clacer, 8-14 with only 1 capture. He's got to get things going for his team, and that's what I was talking about. Complexity has to be firing on all cylinders, especially on Championship Sunday, man.
I know you and I were hurting this morning. I was in bed all night just trying to sleep, telling myself, go to bed. I couldn't do it till about 4 o'clock. Got 3 hours of sleep. Had to pound some coffee before the cast. I'm feeling great now, but you have to think, do the players have the same issue? Is Complexity awake right now? They're not performing the way we saw earlier from them. Crim6 actually, just like I said, picks up a triple. I think they're awake now, and they're turning the tide. It's within 10 seconds again, and I think Complexity might take the lead here.
I think there's a real variable that always needs to be addressed. When you have a lot of these young players that are anywhere from 18 to 20-year-old pro players from America that are coming over here, and they have the opportunity to play in Europe where you can go out drinking and go out gambling at 18 years old, and that is very enticing. So there really is a level of self-control that needs to be had when you come out here, as well as jet lag. And I don't think that you can use any of these things as excuses, but there's certainly variables that you have to be conscious about when teams come out here. So 143 to 133 in favor of Infused. However, it's Complexity that has the back spawn here, so they are holding down Junkyard. It again is going to go into the rotation of the garage, and it's looking favorable as Clayster finally waking up over here. 3 consecutive kills. He's going to be holding it down for his team as Infused is just trying desperately to push them off of that spawn. Now they are starting to spawn out, but it didn't last long as they were able to retreat back in that back spawn, and Complexity finally taking the lead 154 to 143.
Nice work from Complexity. I do want to point out, I talked to Mr. X, the captain of Complexity, or rather the coach of Complexity. He made sure the players stayed in. While everyone else is going out and partying this weekend, Complexity, I love the professional from these guys. Every single tournament, they come in with one intent, and that is to be the best and to walk away with the trophy. They're on point now. They're starting to heat up. They're up by 25 seconds and counting. Now 177 to 143. They have control of the back as the hill is moving from Junk to the new hard point at Garage. And I think this Complexity squad, they're starting to hit their stride. This is where it's going to get dangerous for Infused.
And 188 to 143, as you just said, Puckett Complexity breaking away with it. And again, it was because they were able to take that Junkyard hard point for the majority of the time. They were able to keep those back spawns and hold down Garage. You've got Infused try to just push through Garage, at least just to contest it so that it's not out of the reach. Finally, Complexity over the 200 mark at 205 to 143. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game here. Game number 1, if you're just tuning in, we're going to be able to get you back into the game, hopefully here for game number 2. Aches picks up a wonderful 2-piece there. Crim6 picking up a kill as well, and now this Complexity squad starting to grab some streaks here.
Yeah, I really love the way Complexity starting to work together. You saw Aches on a nice spree a little bit earlier. Now it's Crim6 and Clayster catching their stride. TP's been holding down all of the hard points for this squad as everyone else is rotating around the map. However, Infused, we talked about Jake getting hot earlier. Let's check in on him now. 26 and 29 is Crim6 on top of the leaderboard with 6 caps and 5 defense for Complexity. Aches actually the lead slayer at 27 and 19. On the other side for Infused, everyone now negative.
Yeah,
24 and 29 for Bissell. Remember when Jake was +8? He's now 26 and 27, -1. Complexity has turned the tide. They were up, I believe it was around 153 to 144 earlier. Now it's 223 to 154. Yep. It's been all Complexity in the last 5 minutes.
I'm telling you, man, those back spawns, that is everything when you have those two. It literally is a devastating game changer, and Complexity capitalized on that opportunity. They were able to hold it down wonderfully. And one thing that Complexity does well in hardpoints is they are amazing at rotations and breaking out hardpoints. Like, they are one of the best in the world at doing that at this game mode. So they are showcasing it right here. Clayster is able to drop a Hellstorm. He finally, after a very slow start, was able to get some streaks to get things going for his team, and they're going to close it out. So Complexity winning game number 1, Woo! 250 to 163 here. Wow, what a matchup between these two squads. Infused that had the hot hand coming into it in the start of this game. It switched very quickly as Complexity got it together and are going to hand them a loss in game number 1. So 1-0 in favor of Complexity.
Wow, hard point slums, 30 and 32 from Crim6, going negative, but he had all of the hill play, finishing on top of the leaderboard. Anytime you get over 5,000 points, you had a hell of a game. If you put up even more than that, he went 57-25, 5,725 points Woo! In slums hard point.
That's a big boy
Crim
points.
Was the objective master. TP, he came in third, but Aches was their lead slayer that game. And when Aches, the captain, is going big, the rest of the team, they're just going to feed off that fire. Clayster, he didn't have the best game, but they still won. And he started heating up towards the end.
Yep.
Infused is in some trouble coming up in Search and Destroy next.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough loss in hard point. I think Complexity is going to take those hard points from them. So now knowing that, Infused clearly has to win this Search and Destroy game. You do not want to be down 2-0, knowing that you have a CTF and then a hardpoint game to be able to stay into it. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be back to bring you game number 2, and hopefully we'll be operating like a well-lubricated machine, Puckett.
Super lubed.
Super lubed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Puckett and Fwiz, Complexity Infused. We're down to the top 8. Yes. $70,000 on the line, and Complexity is now one step closer after taking Hardpoint.
In single elimination, so absolutely no room for error here. And huge play by Complexity in game number 1 to win their Hardpoint. Now going into Search and Destroy on the map standoff. So let's jump into game here. I'm excited to see how this one goes. I think a lot's on the line here. Infuse is definitely going to have to pull this one out.
All right, well, it looks like we're having a few more connection issues, but we'll get that sorted as we're kicking off game number 2. It's going to be Search and Destroy. Standoff is the map, and if there's ever a game mode that you need radio play-by-play from Fwiz, it's going to be round number 1 of this one. Yes. Fwiz, bring us that hot fire, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump on board, and it doesn't even matter, but it's going to be TP. Complexity's TP is the objective player here. We're actually going to end the game to make sure that we can fix the tech issues. My goodness.
So if you guys out there are wondering what's going on,
give him a little
actually a player who scooted his chair back on accident. He wasn't even participating. He was spectating. Moved his chair back, knocked over a camera, which was attached to an HDMI cable, which has totally messed things up. So we apologize for the technical difficulties, but it's kind of like Mousetrap, where it's just like 8 different things happen, and now we're in a crappy situation.
Yeah, we're the commentators, so be nice to us, man. I'm doing my best over here.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
I've heard you better.
I didn't touch any HDMI cords.
Yet.
Yet.
Oh, man, but this has been such a fun weekend.
At least you have 2 really handsome European men that are on stream. I mean, you've got Jake and Excellence, Edward Cullen over there and Jake. So, I mean, look, guys, we're giving you what we got here, and that's something.
But Fwiz,
we could put Aches on the stream. Oh,
really?
I'm just playing.
You're coming at Aches this early in the morning?
I know, it is a little.
It's like 6 a.m. over there in America.
Popping shots at 4 a.m. in America. Yeah. Oh, no, you got to love those boys.
Bad guy Fwiz.
Bad guy Fwiz. But, yeah, we're getting everything sorted out so we can make sure we watch the game. But talking about Hardpoint, game number 1, it started really strong for Infused. And actually, it was Jake that was just kind of championing his team. And he was up +8, I believe, and then he was negative by the end of the game. So they really struggled to get back into that Hardpoint slums game. And it was a costly mistake for him. So knowing that, and knowing that Complexity will win game number 4 Hardpoint, it leads you to think that you've definitely got to win at least your S&D and CTF games to try to get it into a game number 5 search. You can't afford to lose one of these because Complexity is just way too good at Hardpoint. So I expect Infused really to get it together here and come up big.
Yeah, you know, Bissell started so strong in game number 1. Then it was Jake's turn. But once they lost momentum, it seemed they just kind of gave up. They fell apart. They started pushing by themselves, and they weren't working as a squad. In Search and Destroy, you have to work as a team. You have to make those calls and make sure you're watching everything. So communication is going to be the key for Infused in this next game. Complexity, they can drop any game at any time. They can blow you out in any game at any time. But on this map, I'm scared for Infused for one reason. Crim6, who runs SMG of most of his games, is going to be pulling out the M8 on standoff. He's known for his shots, overhead glitches, putting himself in the best positions possible. This is Crim's map. I'm looking for him to be the MVP for Cole.
And Clace is a really good S&D sniper. Like, he can get pretty. He does some pretty freakish stuff with the sniper rifle. So that duo is scary. And then
freakish.
Pretty dang freakish, to be honest with you.
There's sites that won't show it.
And yeah, there is. Yeah, it's illegal in 12 different states. So, but and TP's an amazing objective player where he plays very smart, and if he gets that kind of protection from Clayster and Krim, the duo of TP and Ake. So we'll see how it kind of all pans out here, but those guys are just it's a fascinating team here. But again, Infused is very conscious of what's on the line here. They are more than capable of beating Complexity. This is not a team that is outmatched by Complexity like we've seen Complexity in some other matches. I mean, this is a team that can definitely go toe-to-toe with them, and I'm looking forward to those guys doing it. So
I'm looking at the camera here, and do you see how happy Jake is right now? These guys are having fun. They're not worried about a game 1 lost. Infused, they're able to shake that off, drinking some water, getting hydrated, ready to party for game number 2, Search and Destroy. But I want to get your big picture prediction here, Fwiz. We kind of did it on the pregame show, but walk me through each map, as our first one is going to be in the books with this Slums Hardpoint victory. We got standoff for game number 2, CTF Raid for game 3, and then we're going to see Hardpoint Yemen and Search and Destroy Meltdown. After watching these two teams yesterday, who do you give the advantage to in Search and Destroys? Who do you give the advantage to in CTF?
I want to give the S&D advantage to Infused here, even though Standoff is a really good S&D complexity map. But just knowing what the stakes are here, Infused is going to step up. Now, Capture the Flag Raid kind of scares me for Infused because a complexity plays Raid really well in Capture the Flag and Hardpoint. But I think they again, you can't let them. Complexity cannot win an S&D or CTF because they're going to win that Hardpoint Yemen game.
Okay.
But there's a thing to remind everyone about Hardpoint Yemen for Complexity. They got beat bad by Epsilon at Hardpoint Yemen. That was where they got put in the 100-point club. But at the end of the day there, if this can go to a game number 5, I think Infused can take it out. So that's how you have to look at it, right? You assume that Complexity takes 2 Hardpoint games, which means you got to win your S&Ds and your CTFs, and that's kind of the trade-off there. A lot of this will come down to that game number 3 CTF, and we'll see how it all pans out. But I do like that Infused is very cool, calm, and relaxed because some of these teams, when a loss gets it, you just see it like visibly get under their skin. They get rattled. When players get rattled, they stop talking and communicating, and that you can get by lack of communication for the most part in S&D. Certainly not ideal, but you cannot get by CTF and Hardpoint with it at all.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing Infused in Search and Destroy, and for one reason. Excellence is a pickup for this event. He's filling in for Josh, who's too young to attend these tournaments. So
it's a hell of a pickup, too.
If you're going to be playing Search and Destroy, individuals can really shine. We've seen 1v4s, we've seen 1v3s, 1v2 clutches all the time. Will Excellence take on that role as an individual slayer? Will they be able to excel in this as it is going to become more reliant on individual work? They still have to have some kind of basic communication and teamwork, but this is where one player can shine. And I wonder, does this give or more even the playing field between Complexity and Infused?
I mean, Excellence is literally the most achieved European Call of Duty player.
I thought you were going to say attractive.
And also attractive. And I think that brings a lot to the table. I think what he brings probably the most beneficial of having Excellence on your team is the communication and maturity that he brings to the squad. He can give great leadership and communication to the team. He can fill in any role that he needs to wherever there's a weakness. I think someone like Jake, who's young, fired up, you just kind of got to let him go out there, do his thing. Again, he's one of the best shots in Europe. So if you just let him off the chains and go do whatever he needs to do, that can go a long way. And then Vintage, I'll tell you what, dude, Vintage.
Yeah, tell me about this guy. I haven't had a chance to cast any of his games.
Dude, some of the stuff that he's also an excellent shot as well. Vintage made some of the most remarkable CTF stops that I've ever seen yesterday. So this guy's on fire here, and he's clutch. And then certainly we've all seen Bissell and how well he can perform. So again, on paper, this team's amazing, So it's how well can they gel with Excellence kind of being added onto it last minute. But I like this team a lot. They 3-1 Optic. I mean, they just put Optic out of their misery before Optic was even able to get a foot out the door. Their first match of that Group A was Optic and Infused, went their first match between one another, and Infused just it wasn't even close. Like, they just put their hands on them. So
they just put their hands on them.
Yeah. I mean, they just put.
It wasn't even nice.
And all these people out there that talk about Optic being the best North American team, if you actually believe that and feel that, then that's a testament to how talented this team is in Infused.
Infused, going to have their hands full. I've seen Complexity. I've watched them win MLG Anaheim. I watched them win Gfinity 1.
I know. They're a remarkable team.
Since picking up Clayster, they're looking so strong. If there's any weakness in their game, though, I think it is going to be pool play, but they've gotten past that. They've dominated pool play. They did fall to Unite most recently at PAX West.
That was a tough one. I think that put a chip on their shoulder because they got complacent, I feel like, because they had won so many consecutive tournaments, there, and they felt like, okay, we've solidified ourselves as the best team in the world, right? And then they went to PAX and they lost, right? And that was, I'm sure, was a tough one for them to swallow. So when I talked to Clayster about that, he said, we've put more preparation and practice into this tournament than any other previous tournament. So that's pretty big.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah. How did I didn't actually get to watch because I was working at PAX. How did all that go out for them?
So it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest issue everyone had was underestimating Ricky at that tournament. Ricky had a huge tournament for Unite Gaming.
Yeah.
Nameless was going off, but Complexity, they were really shaky. They almost didn't make it to the final day. They got by through, I think it was a 5-way tie. They had one of the better records.
Oh, jeez.
Only 4 of the teams in that 5-way tie advanced to the final day. So Complexity, they were on the ropes after having a rough early day, kind of like Optic yesterday, but they had enough games to be able to bounce back. Optic, they ran out of games this tournament. Complexity, though, after getting in the bracket, they went up against TK. One of the most epic matches of all time. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you go on Google, check out the Team Caliber versus Complexity game. Those were going to overtimes. Every single round was super close. That's why I said TK is in my top 3 this event. I think they're going to get some revenge. But Complexity, after fighting through all these clutches, after fighting their way to it, they were able to go up against everyone, take and unite to some games, and then they felt they gave up. If Complexity gets out ahead, they're going to win the tournament. If they fall behind, that's when I question their mental toughness. But like you said, maybe that's part of the preparation they've been planning for this event.
Yeah, those guys, and Clayster does a really, between Mr. X and Clayster, those 2 guys are really important to that team as far as keeping them on, on the same page. Because you're not going to get, Aches gets fired up, but like Krim and TP are pretty passive and quiet guys, So, and Aches only really gets fired up when things are going well. So having Clayster and Mr. X, they're kind of like the let's get it together guys and then hype. So I really like, this team is like incredibly balanced. So, I like what we got here. I think everything's working now. Hopefully, the production team's got us all squared away. He has his fingers crossed, so do I.
Shout out to Bass, man.
Yeah.
Bass is a super fixer here.
Yeah.
Replacing HDMIs across the venue. We are in an excellent venue, by the way, here in downtown London.
It's beautiful.
Covent Garden. If you guys don't know what Covent Garden is, think Times Square for London.
Oh, yeah, and less grimy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cleaner, less hobos.
Yeah.
More rain.
A lot more rain.
Not better food. Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, we're into the game. It looks like our admin is just making sure all the players are ready. We got Infused Complexity, game number 2. It is going to be Search and Destroy on the map standoff. This one notorious for the sniper rifle. Who's going to be bringing it out from each team? You mentioned Clayster. We always see him use it on raid. I hope he brings it out here on standoff. I'm expecting Crim6 to run with an M8. And then the 2 SMGs from TP and Aches will be taking care of the bomb.
And I'll be interested to see if they do any kind of like crazy B pushes, because it's, this game is like standoff is like A, and then someone does something crazy and goes to B. So I'd like to see some teams try to do some sneaky stuff over there as well. And
we got the sniper on the back of Clayster,
nice.
I believe.
Yep, nice. That's great. Clayster's, there it is. So
top blue van,
headshot.
headshot.
He's pretty talented, and he doesn't do any dual ban. It's just straight up gangster style with the sniper rifle, and he can do some serious damage with it. And I think, like we were talking about earlier, that duo of Crim6 and Clayster, the M8 sniper, is pretty crazy.
Now look at this setup here, guys. Infused playing so passive. Early shots going down from the statue. TP just trying to draw out players. You can see the movement now. Excellence peak to see something. Wasn't able to do anything. Crim6 has a player locked down at A, and Clayster has pushed all the way up on the street. Complexity now playing confident with Infused being so passive. But if Infused makes a quick rush, Complexity, they're out in the open right here and could easily be punished.
This is I guess the best comparison is like a spread defense here to put it away, because they put up 2 up in B here to just kind of protect any kind of rush, but it makes you very vulnerable at A, which is a position that is heavily trafficked in Search and Destroy on standoff. So it's actually going to be pretty costly for them, as now you've allowed Clayster to get in there. What happened, though, Excellence with a huge pickup on the bomb carrier, and now Jake comes up, so it leaves Clayster all alone here, trying to pick up a kill. Shots being fired, and is not able. That was actually sloppy shooting by Clayster. Not characteristic of him.
He's not used to that sub, man.
No, that was not characteristic of him at all, though.
Oh, man.
Watch this.
The teamwork from
He should have had that.
The bait and switch was so naughty, and Jake just punishes. It actually took 3 bursts there, but he was able to seal the deal on round number 1. Infused with their slow defensive play, able to get the win. And they only dropped 1 player. Looking at your stats, you can see it was just TP who got that first kill. Everything else was done by Jake, and we're going to start things off with Aches on defense with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, they switch it up on, and Aches always likes to sit up here with that snipes and see if he can catch anybody off guard. Infused kind of, again, staying back a little bit, playing smart. And as you can see, this is more of a typical defensive stand on Search and Destroy standoff. You've got 3 stacked in the box at A.
Let's go check out what Bissell is doing with this bomb. I believe that's Vintage sniping over his shoulder. And then you can see the back door being watched by Jake and Excellence. I don't know what the plan is. Maybe they're going to try and rotate to B, or maybe it's a very slow push to A. Trophy system down to block any incoming grenades. And in Complexity, they got a triple stack at A.
Ooh.
Vintage could have some angles.
Bissell almost got his head taken off. Aches actually missed that shot. You saw the tracer bullet go right by his hip there. Crimsix going to draw first blood with a wonderful grenade there, and now it's going to be a 4 versus 3 as Bissell's been taken out for Infused.
Movement around the middle of the map. We got Crim taking shots from behind the blue van. Rotation going down. Vintage is going to be taking fire behind the tank. Picked up that bomb. Also, the M8 off the dead body. He's going to be picked from Clayster. Crim still battling. Shots going down at A, and that is going to be the round. Can't even get to Aches and Clayster so fast. And here is Clayster's final kill cam as Complexity comes right back answering from A. It's Clayster with the M8.
Yeah, that this time with the AR, he had a lot more of a comfort level than the MSMC. So
yeah, perfect shot, didn't miss a bullet.
Yeah, didn't miss a bullet, exactly. So there you have it. Complexity gets on the board, tied up 1-1, and we're going to jump on board with Complexity on the offensive side of things.
All right, Aches on your screen with the sniper rifle playing very aggressively. Look at this charge to the middle. Is he going to go for the jump shot? He is. Top red car, no one peeking. We're going to take a look at the defensive setup here as Bish is going to be in some action. Also, shots going down on the back. Man.
Again, they do that spread defense, Puckett, where they really are worried about Complexity pushing B. You know, they're like very conscious of that happening, and it's again, wow, Bissell, great stop there.
Wow,
picks up a 2-piece,
triple,
almost a triple. A nade goes in, not able to connect on Clayster, so it's a 2v3 situation in favor of Infused as Aches is going to make it an even one at 2v2 here. Clayster gets taken out by Jake, and now it's Aches all alone with the bomb and a sniper rifle in tow. Going to switch back to the M8.
You see Vintage. He's going to be hanging out blue. Here's the shots. Aches wins that battle. Now a 1v1. Can Aches take the 2v1 clutch? He's got the bomb. 35 seconds to work with. Jake's going to take his time pushing from middle street, and this is where it gets scary from Aches. You don't know where your opponent's coming from or when he's going to make the push. He's going to go for the bomb plant. Jake is right behind him. Can Aches get away? Jake should be able to hit this shot. But Aches is going to round the corner, and look at Jake's confidence. Goes straight for the defuse. Can Aches clean it up? He's looking everywhere but the bomb. Easy round for Jake, and that's 2-1. The sneaky defused outsmarting his opponent.
That was great. I loved it. Like, it's a ballsy move by both players to do what they did there. You know, like Aches to put the bomb down and then just leave so quickly like that.
He ran the barn, man.
Yeah, and Jake going in there and just saying, like, I'm just going to defuse it. Aches did not expect that. Jake well played and got to give it up for Infused 2-1.
I guarantee they're going to be checking that bomb every single round now.
Yeah, absolutely. So now back on the offensive side of things, we're going to have the bomb carrier going to be Bissell. This time Infused not messing around here and making a heavy push towards A. However, they will be confronted by 3 Complexity players that are over on the A bomb.
Bissell taking shots. Now it's Jake's turn to be lit up. He goes down. Bissell in fire. Also, it looks like that is going to be Excellence all the way pushed up. He's going to fall. So it's a 2-on-3 as TP the only man to fall for Complexity. Let's see what Bissell can do with this bomb. Complexity definitely knows where they're going to be attacking from.
And Bissell looking around here, he's in a tough situation. It's a 3v2. He knew that a lot of action went down here and knows that somebody's in here and checking those corners. There's one prone. It's going to be Clayster, takes him out. 45 seconds left on the clock. Somebody's going to push him. Crim6, nice push on Bissell to contest that. Vintage all alone for Infused.
Yeah, let's jump on board with him. He did have Aches to his left. Aches is now rotated behind the defensive tank, getting top blue. And this could be a big snipe for Vintage. However, I think Aches is going to have his number if he tries to push for the bomb. And Vintage is getting tagged up, forced back, 20 seconds left. Aches has got him with the SMG.
Nice shot there. Aches going to get the round-ending kill cam. Let's check it out here with the – no, he switched it up. Yeah, he was going to say it was a submachine gun.
Sniper
just a clean
overkill,
shot.
man.
And just takes him out there. Didn't even see it coming. So tying it up is Complexity 2-2 here on Search and Destroy. Back and forth these teams go.
There you see the score, 1-0 overall in this series as we're on board with Aches at the start. Let's pull up our scoreboard. 4-1 is Aches with a plant. So he got that plant down. Some will say he messed up on not checking the bomb, but hey, he got it to a 2v1 situation. Now we're going to see some early action, though, in the back. We got TP putting down some fire. Already, Crim6 has been picked by Jake. So a great start once again for Infused Excellence is going to be in the back as well, just waiting for TP to round that corner. On the other side of the wall, we got Aches inside the house eyeing B, and that will be watched very closely by Jake and Vintage.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Complexity even thought about going B at all. Looks like they're going to backpedal because Infused has always done this spreading 2 players A, 2 players B, that they should have seen that and know that they weren't able to get into B. And I think at that point what happened is they realized that there is a defense set up on B, that they've backpedaled all the way back to start, and it looks like they'll make a conscious effort to go into A. So it cost them early, but way to rectify the situation before it got out of hand and gave them a round is now they're going to push A. You've got 3 players on Infused on B, and now they are going to be set up on A. So Complexity, which had a rough start on how they were playing it, ended up playing it brilliantly, and then you had Infuse overcompensating on the B, but check Excellence on the flank here and see what he's able to do. Excellence going to try to come wrap around here and see if he can make him, and if they can just do a pinch, yeah, Vintage just takes Clacer out there, and I think this is going to be nice. Infuse is going to be able to pinch him right here.
Yeah, this is going to be a nasty pinch. You got Jake coming from the right. You got Excellence coming straight down the middle. The tag team work is going down.
Yeah,
Jake gets
boom.
one, Vintage gets the other. The question is who is going to be given the Infuse. It's going to Vintage. What teamwork we saw out of this Infused lineup. Fantastic work. They were in the very far back. They were behind yellow. Excellence. He looped around.
That was great.
Back. And then you just had Vintage setting up with the snipe to get the first pick as they squeeze in. Fantastic, fantastic teamwork.
Complexity played that brilliantly as how they got into A, but I love how Infused countered that play.
Great reaction.
Yeah, it was absolutely amazing reaction, and they just kind of converged on him, and you're stuck over there. You're in the bond. There's not a lot of places you can go when you have 3 guys going in on that. So well played by Infused, and it's going to put them up in the lead 3-2.
Jake 5-2 after that round, got 2 as they cleaned up the A bomb site. Now, though, it's going to be a slow push to A. It looks like Jake, the lone member, pushing inside the house, trying to clear out B. We'll see if he's able to get an angle because you can see Complexity on the mini-map. Crim 6, he's going to be behind the tank. Here's the challenge. Jake gives up his position. Crim 6 answering back with some shots. And Infused looking very, I guess, they look almost scared to push into A. They're going to make a very conscious decision here, not going to make any mistakes as they make their slow push.
And Infused kind of like checking out this B situation here a little bit too. I know they want to try to maybe see if they can catch anybody off guard in the back by tank, but they are entertaining it a little bit. But Bissell's the one with the bomb close to A. However, you've got 3 Infused players all by this B bomb site. So playing this one very interestingly, and now Infused going to support that as Vintage is going to draw first blood, taking out Crim 6. Shots being fired here, and TP follows up and takes out Bissell, making it a 3v3 situation. Clayster also takes out Excellence, and now you've got only Jake up by himself.
Yeah, Jake is going to get cleaned up before Eggs before I can get to Eggs. Here is your final kill cam. It's the 2-piece from Eggs. Coming into
beautiful.
Courtyard, easy work, perfect shots, and then check out the range on this one. Thump, thump.
Oh, man, he just got him in the butt right there.
Yeah, TP injured him, and I want to point out TP has now switched over to the M8 on defense.
Interesting.
So switching up the weaponry is Complexity. Let's see what they do on offense.
And they did
jump on board with TP.
They did a weapon change here from Clacer too, and you've seen Aches rocking sniper rifle as well. So interesting that a little switch up there. And now, obviously, it's weird that Clacer also has the bomb. You traditionally, TP as the objective player from Complexity will have that. However, they're rushing, and TP.
A was so easily given up.
Oh, man. And now, again, they're going to try to do that flank. You've got Jake and Excellence, I believe, over there in the back line.
RC car from Vintage just came in. Do you have game audio?
I don't.
We'll get that one day.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, let's check out Complexity as we have Jake getting pegged in the back. He's going to be cleaned up. That's Ake's 3rd kill in a row. Shots going down from Crim 6 as he's going to be able to pick Bissell as well. So it's going to be 2 on 3 in favor of Complexity. Crim with a great positioning. TP is going to be putting down that bomb. And the pinch from Crim and Eggs is real right now. 2 players in the action. Eggs trying to stay alive. Here comes Crim. Can he save the day? He gets one. Eggs falls, and now he's got to clean it up all up to TP. Great plays from Excellence, but Complexity simply outnumbered him there.
Dang, TP just came in there and just busted up Excellence's party that he was having, man. Just from behind him and just gave him just a burst in the back with the M8, and that was all she wrote.
Excellence tried to turn, but he's just a bit too slow. Yep. And Complexity, they're now going to take your lead 4-3. Going into round number 8, let's jump on board with the attacking squad once again. Here are your stats after 7 rounds. 7-3 for Aches, 2 plants, 4-4-1 is TP. 5-5 are Crim 6 and Clayster. On the other side, Jake with the best game at 5-4. And there's that game sound. I love it. We got some Bissell action over here. Down goes Jake, and already it's all up to Vintage. Picks one. Can he get the other three snipes? Complexity hot on his trail as Eggs wants to chase. Also doesn't want to give up the death, though. And I believe Eggs is he right below him or is he upstairs?
I don't know. That's a good question. It looks like he's below him.
Yeah, he went down low. Shots coming from
Oh.
afar as Crim is going to be able to peg him with the M8. Here it is one more time. Also want to give an update for you guys. Caliber took game number 1 against Aware over on the Bravo channel. And
yeah, I thought that was going to be a 3-0.
And I
think you
believe
said
they just took
3-0
game
too.
2 as well.
Yeah, they did.
So
I mean, Aware did a hell of a job getting out of group play in yesterday, and Momo was really happy with how he performed, and that was a great team. But, you know, Caliber, again, like we were talking about, they might be one of the best North American teams. But also, this one might be as well. The ones we're watching here in Complexity with TP again with the bomb, and Infused kind of letting Complexity run away with this. They have to do something now if they're going to stop this, because one round away from Complexity being up a 2-0 lead, and you certainly don't want that if you're Infused.
shots going down at the statue. It's going to be up to Clayster to protect his teammates, moving in with the bomb. Bomb being planted at A, and you're going to see Vintage try and get a snipe. He's going to be challenged, though. And Vintage, can he get in? There's one player behind the tractor. Pegs him once, pegs him twice. Can't finish the job. Jake and friends are pushing, though, and we got Bissell from behind. Great extermination of the Complexity squad once again. This swarm from Infused. The patience from down low. Then they send a player mid-street and just collide on the A bomb site. I love this. This is the third time they've done that in this game.
Yeah, they're playing A beautifully when it comes to defusing the bomb here. So now 5-4, Infused staying alive in here, trying to push this into an overtime. And let's see if they're able to do it. As you see, the round-ending kill cam is going to go in the hands of Bissell, who's able to catch TP from behind.
All right, so here we go. One round away is going to be Complexity. 2 rounds away is Infused. They need to win both straight. This is going to be a huge offensive round. Who is your player to watch?
Let's go on board with Bissell. He's got the bomb. He just had round-ending kill cam. He's been playing a great game, and I want to see how these guys are going to play this one because they've been very conservative, and now so much is at stake. Excellence is going to draw first blood on Aches here, so that's got to give him a little bit of comfort for this Infused squad. Excellence also has 4 consecutive kills, so let's see what Bissell's able to do because he's close to a Hellstorm as well. So that's obviously why he has the bomb here for his team, and see if he can pick up a kill on a plant and get that Hellstorm because that could be a game changer in overtime. Crim 6 going to make it a 3v3, but Bissell put him down, and now even closer to that Hellstorm is Bissell. And I'm telling you, if he's able to get a plant on here and gets that Hellstorm and they win this round, that's bad for Complexity in overtime. So they're certainly conscious of that right now, as it is a 3v2 situation with both Crim6 and Aches out of the game, only Clayster and TP up for Complexity.
You see Clayster, he has no idea where they're going to be coming from. Checking back alley, checking A. Just doesn't want anyone sneaking up on TP, who's watching B. Just as TP and Clayster leave, Bissell makes his push to B. The bomb is going to go down. There's also a player behind this defensive tank right in front of TP. It's going to be nice. Vintage. Shots going down at B, but the bomb's already planted. Excellence picks up the kill on Clayster. The last one alive is going to be TP, and there's the round. We're going to round 11 of Search and Destroy.
Yeah, Infused, man. I'm telling you, they just played that remarkably, and Excellence did a wonderful job here, and he knew where they were at. I mean, he knew that there was one more coming through here, able to clean up TP. So I believe he's got an RC car, and now we're in overtime here on Search and Destroy. So this is round 11 here, and you got to jump on board with Bissell.
Bissell?
He's got a Hellstorm.
Right.
And will you check and see if Excellence has an RC car? I think he might have got one.
Yeah, he did. Man.
Jeez,
good call.
Man. Yeah, so they're pretty stacked up.
Bissell is going to be our player to watch, though, and let's see what he can do. He just got himself the lightning strike. This game should be over. Calling that lightning strike on A now, and it is all done. Bissell, though, does not know where those opponents are quite yet.
Oh, he could just let it rain. They're all stacked outside A. They don't even know that he has a lightning strike. Complexity, who usually is very conscious.
He's calling it in now,
yeah,
man.
Usually very conscious of it, of who has strikes. Don't even know. He's about to just wipe them clean right there. Done. They're done. Look, that comes scatter.
One. All right.
Only able to get
and now
one.
this is a smart push, but I feel like they should have coordinated their A rush with that lightning strike. But now, after calling out the locations, they're going to go for one more pick. The Hellstorm is going to go down before it lands. It's Vintage, Jake, and Excellence in the kill feed. What a comeback from Infused. And here is Excellence in your final kill cam. They held the A bomb site on defense so well, and when they needed it most, they had the score streaks and the final round to seal the deal and tie up this series at 1 apiece. Man, I thought Complexity was going to win that pretty easily when it was 4-3, but then they turned it on, and Excellence leading the team with 11-6, but it was really Bissell's 6 kills at the end and the objective work that really won them that game.
Oh, my gosh. Bissell played remarkable there, and I got to give it to Excellence because he actually closed out that game that put it in overtime as well. So, Infused, man. I mean, they just operated like tacticians on that map there. After being down 5-4, it looked like they were, Complexity was going to close it out, but Infused prevails, and, we were talking about that's exactly what they needed to do.
Complexity, they're really good at search and destroy, but when I watch them, I feel like they're both. They're just going to rush. They're going to force their way into a bomb site. They're going to force their way into a defensive move. But these guys are tacticians on the other side.
Absolutely.
Such coordination from Infused. I'm really impressed with their search and destroy game, and if it goes to Game 5, S&D, Complexity's going to be in trouble. But we got some time before that. Game number 3 is coming up next. It's going to be Capture the Flag. The series is tied 1-1. Complexity Infused. Capture the Flag coming up after this. Get Fliz, the epic combo. Or so I'm told on Twitter.
It was so humble as well.
Just kidding. So,
I'm not.
Have you ever done this? I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Oh, it's so there. It's like an audio file.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never done it before today. And that
we'll never do it
mind.
again. So
no, thanks for all the Twitter love, guys. You guys are awesome. I hope you're enjoying the games.
What is your MLG Puckett?
I'm MLG Puckett. What are you?
At Fwiz.
That's really tough to remember, man.
Yeah. I squatted it very early, 2008.
At Fwizzage.
Yep.
You got one of those blue check marks.
I do.
Too.
The blue check mark, man. It makes that E-ping grow long. And we're about to jump into the game here. Excellence is ready. If you're just tuning in, you've missed out on some good play. Complexity won hardpoint game number 1. We went out a complete shootout and search and destroy in overtime. Infused came out on top, and now we're in game number 3. Series tied 1-1, and I'm looking forward to this. Let's jump on board with.
I got to see Infused.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Man. I know Complexity. Yep. I got to see these guys.
And really, Bissell and Excellence probably were co-MVPs of that search and destroy. They really were the ones that closed it up here. So we're going to jump on board with the Infused squad and see what they're able to do here on Capture the Flag on Raid.
So here's the early spread. It's going to be Excellence with the big kill in the middle. Did he spot the second? Yes, he did. He's going to make that call out and actually attacks himself. He's not going to get it. It's Crim6 winning the battle for middle control. And this is so big early on. You can see Infused. They're going to send TP into the base for Complexity, but Infused, all of them forced to focus on their base. Complexity will have map control, and if Crim keeps shooting like this, it's going to be a pretty solid first round. 3 Complexity members up. Make it 2 now. Clayster and Eggs pushing for that flag.
Yeah, and Clayster knew that everybody was going to spawn over there and actually try to get some shots on there. Nicely played by Infuse, all things considered, to just get out of there in as quick as possible. But Clayster still getting some shots down range, able to take out Excellence. Smoke screen is up, smart play by them. Clayster coming in, almost able to connect on that kill, but Infuse thwarting that off. And while all this is happening, Jake getting behind enemy lines is going to grab the flag and run it up the gut. This is going to be just kind of
both flags out, man.
Yeah, both flags are out. You've got one, and wow, I don't know if anybody has it still for Complexity. Who has it in their
There's
hands?
A big return from Vintage, so this could be cap number 1 from Jake. I want to point out, so Jake met up with Crim6 on the pool stairs. He shot from pillars, won the battle, rotated around, trusted his team to get the defensive plays, and there we go, 1-0 Infused. Showing that teamwork, the communication from the Brits is on point right now.
Yeah, because that was, to be honest with you, it looked very grim for Infused because Clayster, they had knocked him all out and had set him up on a spawn trap there. Clayster wasn't able to connect on kills, and all while this was happening, Jake got behind enemy lines, pulled that flag, and a great return. So Infused handling the situation again well, kind of characteristically like they did in Search to Destroy when they found themselves in a compromising position, but all of a sudden turned the tables and came out on top.
You know, I was talking to Marky B last night, and I love his accent. So I was asking him, are you the best player in Scotland right now? He said, I'd love to say I am, but honestly, I think Excellence still has that title.
Yeah.
Excellence went huge in Search and Destroy. He's had some big defensive plays. You can see he was the one aiding with the assist. Currently 3-6, but Don't just look at those
No, you
numbers. He's
can't.
been putting in a lot of shots, but 8-3 from Bissell is the story. And Vintage, 7-2. They are simply outslaying Complexity at this moment.
For Infused to win it all, what they need to do is allow Excellence to kind of fill the holes that are there on the Infused team. And he's such an accomplished player. He has so much LAN experience, so much international experience that's a great thing for this team. I think Excellence being picked up for these boys in this tournament has been huge. Because you already have Bissell and Jake will just pop off on anybody. Vintage is clutch. You just need the communication and leadership from Excellence, and that goes a long way.
We got Clayster challenging at money window. Infused is going to make that call out. Excellence is going to get the kill. Nice work once again. However, they have 3 Complexity members in their base. Down goes Excellence, and TP is going to be running this one. Every single time, though, that Complexity gets in, the ring spawn is there for Infused. The cutoffs are there for Infused. This time, the flag is stopped. Can Jake keep it alive? He's taking heavy fire, has score streaks to work with as well. It's going to be a Complexity cap as TP is dolphin diving that one in. 1-1 with 90 seconds left in our first round. Remember, in the second half, we'll add 5 more minutes on the scoreboard and switch sides. But Complexity got to be really proud of that last play.
Absolutely, and Jake did what he could there, but ended up just getting closed in on red and got the return there. So 1-1 on the board. Complexity able to answer back in the first half here, and now let's see what's able to happen with 1 minute and 9 seconds left on the clock. You've got TP very close to his score streak, so he's going to play this one slow, goes in for a push, not able to get the kill or an assist for that. He is so close to a Hellstorm, and assist
challenge.
And there it is. He's going to get a Hellstorm and Lightning Strike with that kill. That's a costly mistake by Infused not taking him out, and he's not done yet. Gets his War Machine, and now got a flag with Aches helping him on the cutoff. My goodness.
I want to point out, he had 11 bullets in that M8. He now has 1 bullet.
Jeez.
Could not miss that 2 burst. Gets the kill. Gets another flag out. This could be a 2-1 game. Perfect smoke. Juking up the stairs. He's going to cut it in. Taking fire. What a run. He's being chased. 3 players from Infused pushing in. Excellence is there. The 180 War Machine flag cap. TP, this all started when TP challenged from the money window. When TP gets confident, this is when he is at his scariest. A 7-kill spree, fully streaked out. Complexity is going to have all the momentum in the world going into round 2.
I can't believe TP just gave him the boomstick 180 there because he knew someone was chasing him, and then caps the flag, and then he also shot someone in garage to clear him out. So, like, TP, scary. I think Infused should be incredibly thankful that this is a round switch here to hopefully TP settles down a little bit because he just went off, but he's got all 3 of his streaks, man.
Someone tell Chris Trout to put that in the montage for the next Gfinity.
Yeah, someone mark that down.
That play from TP was so naughty. We're going into round number 2. Just a 1 flag advantage for Complexity. Looking through all the players, you're going to see TP fully streaked out. Bissell, nothing. Jake, Hellstorm, Vintage, nothing. Excellence, nothing. So a Hellstorm versus a Lightning Strike, Hellstorm, and a War Machine. At the start, we're on board with Excellence. He's going to be battling in ring. Who's he going to meet up against? TP. Big win early on for all Infused members.
3 down.
They're going to get 3 of the first 4 kills and already have map control. The question is, will they be able to execute this play?
Yeah, they weren't able to capitalize on that too much because by pushing up, they weren't able to get up there enough time, so Complexity kind of reset up. So Infused, though, making another wave of pushes here. And actually, Excellence is there, so they're going to spawn court right now, and Excellence trying to get in there, and he's just probably played that one a little too aggressive. I mean, he could have waited for his teammates a little bit, but I understand what he was trying to get done there.
He's trying to do the work,
wow,
man. You don't
Jake.
know where they're at. Jake just lining them up and dropping them down. Shots going down in the middle of the map as well. That's 3 dead for Complexity. Coming off the respawn in the garden are Clayster and Crim6. Jake's going to have his hands full once again, getting hit by that EMP. It's not going to be easy, but he's got help from Excellence up top. Here comes Infused. Can he win the battle? No, it's now going to be so much harder for Excellence. And in fact, if I was him, you just got to back up and wait for the other 2 teammates to push up.
Yeah, and he's not characteristic of him to do that. And Crim6 pops out, takes him out, and a nice kill by then. So Infused, he had Bissell there waiting as well. So money room, and let's see, he's going to pick that up. Nice kill, clean kill there. Almost gets the second one, does get the second one. And now he's got to make moves here. And if he runs that basketball court, even up middle, he's got some help from his team there. Very nice cutoffs by the squad. They're going to pop in ringside. They know that. Getting some good cutoffs is Excellence there to help out his team. And just trying to buy time, if anything, as they start to move in there. So nice play, but Vintage accidentally kills Excellence.
Hellstorm,
but still gets the
nothing.
cap. And that, you know what, Puckin, that's a good call. I don't know why they didn't decide to bring that one out. I know they ran middle, and it's a little bit harder, but I would have liked to have seen them use that.
And there we go. I'm a happy man, Fwiz. We got Clayster on the screen once again. MA in hand. Perfect shots at range. Can he finish through the wall? Gets one bang. There's the finish.
Nice.
Going to get the defense bonus as well. So that's going to be working towards his score streaks. And I want to point out that Clayster playing super confident with Crim6 running this counter cap. The Hellstorm coming in. Crim, he's not dumb enough for that one.
No.
Just going to wait it out. Dolphin dive in. Nice counter cap from Complexity. They keep the one flag advantage. And really, Clayster is going to be our player to watch on a 5-kill streak, working on the Hellstorm, the Lightning Strike, and hopefully that Stealth Chopper.
Yeah, that was really just smart flag running by Crim there, and usually TP is the one to pull flags. Crim was able to run that well. Hellstorm doesn't connect, and now 3-2. 2 minutes left, though. TP's going to pull yet another flag, and now he's out of there, and that's going to be a tough one to stop, too, because there's only 2 players. 3 now coming in for Infused. I don't know how they're going to be able to get to him. He's pretty well protected.
Yeah, he could have even called a Hellstorm in there, getting the call-outs that they're all at ring. Trusting his teammate, though, he's going to say, Clay, just cover me, man. Clay says, I tried, buddy. But will they be able to punish? Bissell's cut short. Was the flag returned? No. It's going to be an inch away, and Crim is going to walk that one in. 1 minute, 44 seconds left on the clock, and that one is going to hurt so bad for Infused. They were so close to that return. A Dolphin dive away.
And again, they really did need to win this capture the flag. You don't want to – these were the 2 games we talked about were important to win because – yeah, that hardpoint game that Complexity plays can be very, very tough. So Crim6 streaked out here, a 2-cap lead, 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Infused, they've got to act now, and they've got to act fast if they want to get themselves back in this game to push an overtime. And Complexity is just laying it on thick right now as Crim6 with the War Machine's going to push up here.
Thump. Oh, Flak Jacket, no problem. Picks up the War Machine kill. Hey, you know what? I might as well rain from the sky. Yep. 62 seconds left on the clock. Both flags out. Flag will survive it. Doesn't hit anything with that launch until, what a shot there at the top of the stairs. That is not an easy kill for Crim, but he makes it look so simple. The Terminator. And there is Complexity keeping their flag alive. We're going to jump on board with Aches, who's going to try and loop around all the players in the middle of the map. Will they go for a 6 flag? It's now 5-2. Complexity trying to make a statement in this game.
Yeah, absolutely they are, and I think they need that for themselves. If anything, it's really good motivation going into the next game when you're able to do that and just kind of really lay it on heavy like this. And 25 seconds left. Look at the scoreboard. Everybody chipped in this time, and that's what we talk about when Complexity is able to. When they've got 4 very talented players, and when all of those guys are firing on all cylinders, that team is just remarkable. So that's a testament to it here at 5-2. That's Crim6 able to get there with the War Machine.
I got those, man. Sorry, I'm gonna get the triple as well.
Yeah, he's such a monster. I mean, anybody that's been pro in 2 different first-person shooters is. I mean, there's not many people in the world that
incredible
can say that.
skill.
Yeah, incredible skill. Yeah.
All right, well, Infused, they are going to drop game number 3. Your series total now going to be 2-1 after Complexity seals the deal. That is Crim with your final kill cam. And here are his final stats on top of the leaderboard, I believe with most kills in the game.
Yeah, he's got to.
Here's the Terminator, baby. 26 and 19. Also, Aches, 23 and 16. I want to point out, TP was very positive in the first half.
Yeah.
He dropped the 7-kill spree on that awesome flag run. That was the highlight flag run.
And he got those caps when they really mattered. I mean, not to say that every cap matters, but when it was a really close game, he was the one pulling those in. And then that one flag run, that was remarkable.
What was most impressive for me is he didn't care about kills in the second round.
Right.
And that was kind of the difference. You saw 3-2.
Yeah.
He was doing the dirty work. He was the one pushing up, sacrificing himself, forcing people to come back to the base for Infused. TP, a selfless man, one of the best OBJ guys in the game. He makes the rest of Complexity look great, and they are able to slay because of what he does. That's going to do it for Game 3. Your series, 2 for Complexity, 1 for Infused. Infused 1 game away from elimination. They need this hard point coming up after this commercial break. We are going straight into the action.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Yemen. Hardpoint, Clayster's playground, Crim6's playground. Who is going to go big for Infused? So that is the question. 1 game away from elimination. They desperately want to make it to the semifinals and send Complexity with their lowest placing this year. Can they do it here?
So I do want to say, although we talk about how well Complexity plays Hardpoint, I do, again, want to bring up, if you're just tuning in, that Epsilon straight annihilated Complexity on hardpoint Yemen. Complexity is not as talented with the rotations as they are on other ones as Yemen. So this is an opportunity for Infused to take a hardpoint from him, and Vintage just did something very dirty to Clayster.
Overkill with the sniper in Yemen hardpoint.
Yeah. I ain't even mad.
I'm not even angry. Yeah. I'm a happy camper, in fact. I'm staying on board with you, Vintage. You know what? You deserve a full screen for this shot.
Yeah, look at him. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That was short-lived.
Ruined the party. Meanwhile, in the hill, we have Infused up 10-3. Some early scrappy time. 19 seconds left, so a pretty decent chunk. But here's your mini-map. Complexity, they're going to give up the final 20 seconds. Maybe one challenge here from Eggs. But after that, they're all going to be focused on the treehouse. Eggs does get the player inside the hardpoint, stopping the bleeding, 20-3. But here comes Complexity. I feel like this should be a full 60 if they do it properly. They have their King Slayer, Clayster, up top. And he just got picked by Vintage and Sniper again.
That's the one benefit of a sniper, right, is you can knock off anchors and knock people off hardpoints. But I think you could tell by Complexity doing these early rotations is I think they're very conscious of not allowing what happened to them yesterday where they were behind schedule and rotations, where maybe sacrificing 20 seconds, although sounds just devastating, can actually be quite beneficial. But with that said, you've got to hold it down.
Yeah, 20-23. It's definitely paid off already. However, you got to give it up to the boys from Infused. They are playing some scrappy hardpoint at the moment. TP on your screen is going to go down. Let's jump on board with Vintage as he switched over from the sniper back to an M8.
And Vintage here holding it down as they were able to come in here. And, 10 seconds left in this hardpoint. This has been valuable time. And you can already tell that the squads are kind of fighting back for that next hardpoint here. As Vintage is going to get the rest of the time in here. Bissell trying to lead the pack here to get up here. And that could have been huge for Bissell in a game. Hardpoint, just a game of kills, man. Jake able to get in here. And I'll tell you what, dude, Jake is, if you're Complexity, you do not want Jake in the hardpoint. Again, one of the best shots in Europe. That's like not the person you want to get off the hardpoint.
Yeah, and excellent. Just beasted on dirt road with his SMG, picking up 2 kills. Look at how far back Complexity is spawning now. There is another shot going down by Excellence, helping out on the middle. They know they can let him come up dirt because the player in the hard point will be the last line of defense. Let's see if Jake can pick up the shots, though, as it's going to be flooded. That's Eggs and Clayster pushing. Big kills out of Eggs. Can he get the third? 3 straight kills from Eggs. Breaks the setup. Make it 4. Eggs going huge here.
They're going to abandon.
There's so little time left on the clock. Just 17 seconds left on that top hard point. They know they got to rotate. TP's the first one there, but he's immediately cleaned up by Bissell.
So, I mean, what Aches just did there was phenomenal, but I like that Infused just rotated and said, forget it, guys. We did what we needed to do there, and they're pretty well set up. However, it's not them. It's Complexity that's going to hold it down here. But Vintage back there, that anchor position, gets taken out as well, so costly mistake. And Complexity able to kind of rectify the situation.
For the moment, but here comes Jake. If he gets this kill, Complexity, they're pushing from the front. Bissell in the action. He knows there's going to be players coming from behind. Big kill from Krim. That is going to secure the spawns once again. You can see the yellow arrow spawning all the way at Treehouse. This is not an easy push. Jumping through the window, one of the most dangerous plays on this map, especially when you have Clayster and TP watching it. TP just owning up people as they jump through. Eggs in the kill feed as well. 3 straight kills, and Clayster is on a 4-kill spree, starting to rotate as that anchor.
Yeah, and with Flak Jacket on in there too, you can't even get a grenade in there to really knock them off, so you have to jump up there, and when you prone right below that window, it's the jump up animation, you're not even able to get a shot off anymore. So it's tough to break that. That hard point is one of the toughest, and with no shotguns allowed in the game as part of the rules, you can't, it's just so difficult to break.
We got action going on at the treehouse. Let's go to Aches and see what he can do. Has a player in front of him. This would be a big play. Excellence juking him. The SMG versus AR battle. Here comes the knife from Aches. He's just going to dip and go prone. I love this play from Aches. Staying alive, getting full health. His teammate comes in trying to help out. Krim is going to be in the kill feed. Clayster adding as well. But Bissell answers back for Infused. This one going back and forth. Currently just a 5-second game. Make it 6 with the boys from Infused back on top.
Man, Complexity's playing really well. They're going to take the lead back away from Infused. Aches is just, his shot is looking very scary as we've been watching him. Yeah.
And let's go full screen with Aches for a little bit as we check the score. Currently, the lead Slayer for Complexity, 16-12, 2 caps, 2 defends. Now, 18-9, though, is Vintage. He started the game with this snipe. Let's see how he's doing the damage. Actually, it looks like Infused, They're not attacking. What is Vintage looking at? I'm looking at the mini-map, and everyone's trying to engage a player at the very opposite end. Very questionable plays here coming from Infused on this last hard point, but they look pretty settled down in the middle of the map now. Vintage in the power position in the middle building.
115 to 103 as Infused has got the hard point here. They're putting some points on the board, 3 consecutive kills for them, and now they're racking up what they need to do here, trying to get something going for them. Jake's got 3 consecutive kills, holding down the hard point here, going to pick up another one that's going to earn him a Hellstorm missile, and almost gets that next kill for a lightning strike, but not able to connect, so Vintage going to have to chase up there, but this was a nice play by Infused to take back the lead here.
And the plays, they're just so spread out around the middle of the map. Complexity never has an idea of where they're coming from. Finally, Vintage is going to go down. Excellence gets those cutoffs, though, and here comes Infused for top control once again. They're going to beat Complexity to it. Can they get the shots? Ooh. Jake is taken out, having to dodge the grenade, forced into gunfire. Excellence picked as well. Crim6 on the 3-kill spree. Clayster as well doing the damage.
Yeah, Jake, man, dying there was not obviously not good for them, and they really needed him to stay alive there, and now Complexity is going to hold this down yet again in this hard point where they were able to put a lot of points on the board last time, as now Crim6 too. Again, we talk about how you don't want to go against Jake in a hard point. Crim6 is the one you don't want to go against on Complexity on a hard point. He's got a lightning strike and Hellstorm, and he is just dangerously close to that war machine.
Yeah, he likes to shoot you in the face and in the heart with this MA. There's his bloodthirsty 5 straight kills. Give him that war machine, and this is the perfect hill to have it on. Watch the thumper come out if needed. Clayster in the action up top. TP's going to clear the way, and he's going to go for the lightning strike. This is perfect because look at the spread. Doesn't even have to call it in. He just needs to ping, and Crim's going to be able to tell his teammates exactly where they're coming from. The lightning strike doesn't connect, but it's valuable knowledge. However, even with that knowledge, the gun skill from Infused is so strong that they're slaying their way to the top.
Yeah, they are. Crim6 is just kind of hanging out here, waiting for someone to get in there and use that war machine. I wonder now, since Jake's got it in here, if you hold on to it and you use it to see if Infused takes the church on Yemen. So we'll see what happens here, as now there comes the Hellstorms coming in, and it's going to connect on Jake, taking him out of that hard point here. So it is just an all-out battle as another one comes in for Infused this time, and it's going to be Excellence that gets in the hard point to take it over.
TP versus Excellence. Here's a big submachine battle won by Excellence. Vintage also in the kill feed. Again, it's going to be Crim6 and boys trying to fight up from the statue. Now they're forced to rotate as Complexity. They're up by 24 seconds, but after this hard point, it is going to be all tied up in an epic battle for Church.
Yeah, exactly. You said it's going to be 100% tied up after this, and Complexity knows that, so they're going to try to be first movers into this next hard point. And even if Infused somehow manages to take over the Church hard point, you've got to be flak jacket up because that war machine is going to be coming in thick.
Jakes versus Excellence. Excellence dies. Happy to respawn. Unfortunately, though, he's going to get the treehouse respawn. Crim and boys have control of the hard point. Down goes Crim. Nice play from Bissell. This MP7 will be so deadly. 40 bullets in the clip. That can fend off at least 3 players, most likely all 4 if needed. And he's going to have lots of protection from the center of the map. And here comes that war machine. I wonder how many kills they're able to get.
Yeah, it's like if you're Bissell and you hear that, just the thumbs coming in, it can be a little intimidating. Ooh, Clayster almost got a nice little sneaky kill there. They did push in there. Bissell able to stop that. Nice play by him, and gets a little backup protection with Jake joining him in the hard point. 205 to 179. Infused coming alive here when it matters the most, and they are going to get some serious points in Church. And if they can close out here, you know Complexity is going to try to set up here. They can't allow Infused to really get much time here, because now they'll have 222 to 179 here going into the next hard point.
That shot was so big. Unfortunately, the Hellstorm, though, doesn't connect. I feel like he pulled it a little bit too early. He tried to give his teammates the advantage, but wasn't able to pick up any kills. Did get the call-outs. Bissell's going to fall. Vintage goes down. It's up to Jake to do big plays from Purple. Gets one.
They just need to contest it, Puckett. There's enough time. If they could just get in there and not allow them to get points, they'll be okay.
And it looks like that is going to be the
Infused,
game.
Man.
Infused going to force Game 5. They're celebrating out there on the floor.
For sure.
28 and 25 is Jake going big at the end. Vintage, though, was the player to watch from start to finish. 27 and 21 despite Ake's 34 kills. Complexity. They lost it on Church. They gave up the top. They gave that 20 seconds. Then they were perfectly set up for Church, but couldn't hold it. It was Bissell and
MVP.
the MP7 that sealed the deal for Infused.
Bissell, look, they obviously all chipped in and everybody did a great job, but it's sometimes what matters the most at the end, and it was Bissell holding down Church, even against a war machine by Crim6, and then Jake helping him out there with 4 captures, 7 defends, and at the end, and joining Bissell. So great play by Infused. They were conscious of what Epsilon was able to do to Complexity on Hardpoint Yemen. They replicated that same thing. And now we're going into a search and destroy where it was an overtime in the last S&D that we saw. It's going to be on Meltdown this time. So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. You definitely don't want to go anywhere. It's going to be game number 5, Europe versus North America, Infused versus Complexity.
Fwiz, this is a huge moment for both of these teams.
What a series.
All tied up 4-4. Complexity, they were down in game 1. Come back to win Hardpoint. Game 2, Infused down in Search and Destroy. Come back to win that one. Infused scores first and capture the flag. Complexity finishes on top of that one, dominating. But then Infused, they force game 5 with a huge play from Bissell. And also awesome action from all of the squad at the top.
It was Bissell at the end there that obviously stuck out the most because that was the game changer in the end for Hardpoint. And really the only game that wasn't close was game number 2 in the capture the flag that Complexity won pretty well off. But Search and Destroy, we saw overtime when they played on standoff. So now Search and Destroy Meltdown, game number 5. Man, this is like a championship matchup right here. I'm loving every second of this. And again, European powerhouse and a North American powerhouse going against one another is always fun, and I love being able to cast it.
It's some of the best Call of Duty possible. Right now we're on board with the hero of game number 4. It is Bissell moving away from his MP7 back to the M8. And I want to remind people, if you lose this game, you're out of the tournament.
Yeah, it's a single elimination.
You basically get 8th place.
Yep, that's right, exactly. And I think it's 5th through 8th gets the same payout. So this is a single elimination, no room for error. Again, you got to come out here with a hot hand. And now game number 5, S&D, they know that. Infused certainly knows what it would mean to knock Complexity out of the tournament and shows pretty much everybody if you can beat Optic Gaming 3-1 and you can beat Complexity and knock them out of the tournament, then you have every right to win a championship here. So I'm loving what Infused is doing, and let's see what they can do.
Jake, first one into the action, punished by Crim. Now we're jumping on board with Bissell, the bomb carrier, going to be led by Excellence through bottom center. They back up, decide to push this one to A, but they got to look out. There is a player, TP, looking for that scouting snipe. Will he be able to hit it? It doesn't look like it as Bissell sneaks by. There's the action. Aches is going to win this battle, and Aches now knows the bomb is down. How do they react? Well, they just combine their powers, and Clayster and Aches are going to finish the round 1-0. Here's Aches in your round-ending kill cam. Gets the one up front, and then the pillar shot. Fantastic aim here as he outguns Excellence.
Yeah, he took somebody out the front, had to know that somebody was going to try to flank him. Clearly, they were trying to make a move into that bomb, and Aches played that one beautifully. Clayster helping out as well. So you got to win your defense and search and destroy. I mean, it's a must, and now they're on the offensive side of things. If they can take a round here and go up 2-0, that's going to give them the confidence that they probably need in this map.
We were talking about it on standoff, but the way Complexity plays, they basically like to bull rush you.
Yeah.
Vintage and the rest of this Infused squad, they are tacticians. They have coordinated pushes. They all go at the same time, and they're very passive. They make you come to them and then force you to make mistakes and capitalize on those situations. Right now, we got Infused set up at B. Complexity trying to force their way in. Aches is going to be my player to watch. He's in the center. He will be the surprise, but shots should be going down. Clayster is going to be taken out, and Aches actually picked. Crim6 able to answer back with a kill of his own on Vintage, and it's going to be 2-on-1 now as Excellence is the last man standing. 4 kill spree for Crim.
Gosh, Crim is so good, man, and he's just showcasing. He just jump shot
RC car
there.
this.
He's got an RC car, and wow, that bomb is down there. He's must going to be saving that for the next side of things, and there it is in Excellence.
5 straight, man.
Yeah, man, that's not. Jeez.
That's Crimbot.
Yep, and Excellence couldn't do much with the bomb down. Like you got to go in there. You got to face the problem. I'm surprised he went down middle steps though, since everybody knew he was there. I was looking for more of a flank, but.
Try to be a hero.
Yeah, try to be a hero, and that's okay. So down 2-0.
We've kind of pointed that out. Excellence seems a little bullheaded when he goes into fights. He's not scared to back down. He's going to challenge you, even if there is time to loop around. he has confidence in his gun skill. Let's see what he's going to do on offense. You know he's got to be angry after losing that last round. We'll see if he can get his first kill of this round.
And again, it's worth noting that it was 5-4 in favor of Complexity in that Search and Destroy game when Infused came back. So they're not strangers to being able to come back into a game. So 2-0 is nothing of a remarkable lead by any means when you have to get to 6 rounds. Crim6, and that gets shot down. He was looking to see if anybody was putting the bomb down here on the B bomb site. Nobody was. And now Crim6 way back there is going to have to catch up with the team.
Yeah, he's playing for the Hellstorm right now. That's definitely Crim6's plan. 5 straight kills, going for that 6 and 7. You see Excellence. He is going to lead the bomb carrier into B. Complexity, they're going to give it up to him, and then they're going to react. Let's jump on board with Clayster, though, who is going to be eyeing that B bomb site. His teammate's trying to draw out a player, and he just whiffed just low of Bissell. Bissell should be able to get the bomb down, and there it is. The bomb is planted. Can Clayster get Bissell on the retreat?
Bissell got really lucky there because Clayster had just lost his breath and the sway started when he came across, but that's 2 down for Complexity at the hands of Jake. And now it's a tough situation with bomb down for Complexity. They're going to have to push up there. Excellence takes out Clayster. Crim6 all alone, and he is going to stay back to see if he can just get one more kill, and they push up on him. And that was a big kill in many ways for Excellence to take out Crim6 like that, because even if Crim lost the round but got a kill there and was able to retreat, he would have had a Hellstorm.
So here is your round-ending kill cam. It is Excellence getting some revenge on Crim6 this time around. Big play, stopping them from getting score streaks. RC car has been burned, so it's even playing field entering round 3. Also, keep your eye on Jake. He has a 2-kill spree working on an RC car of his own, but it's Complexity on offense, TP carrying the bomb.
Not to be like dramatic, but you know, like plays like that where if he would have had the Hellstorm and retreated, like how much of a difference that makes the game. And then you start thinking about thousands of dollars that makes a difference between being knocked out right now and moving forward. It's like sometimes the little things in these games can go a long way, and it can be everything.
Very good point. And you see the early pick, it's going to be Vintage on your mini-map with this snipe. And Complexity says, we don't want none of that. They're going to rotate. Excellence has been spotted in the back, though. And Aches is going to be putting shots.
Wow.
And look at that long-range Scorpion fire as he takes out Aches. 2 down now for Complexity. Crim6 and TP have their work cut out for him. 2-on-4 scenario, and they're not close to each other.
Oh, this is so uncomfortable if you're Complexity, knowing that Excellence has pinched you up this far and that Crim6 is going to try to get out of there. Nice play by him to take out Vintage, and he gets taken out from behind. They're just Excellence and the Infused boys are so spread out around here, and now it's like poor TP all alone here. Does have the bomb, but it's a 3v1 situation. 27 seconds on the clock, going to try to get at least 1 kill here, and they just converge on him, taking him out. And again, it's Excellence with that Scorpion doing the damage.
Yeah, Excellence had a big round. Jake's still on a 2-kill spree. Everyone from this Infused lineup alive at the end of this round. Actually, they dropped 1 to Crim.
Yeah.
But overall, fantastic play across the board. Let's take a look at our stats after our intro 4 rounds. And Fwiz, I'm almost positive on this stat. I don't think Complexity has ever finished outside of the top 5 this year.
I don't think so. Not at least since when they picked up Clayster. They definitely haven't. You know, so I mean, this is a pretty big thing for them if they lose.
That would be a huge win for Infused.
There's no doubt they're conscious of it. And to be honest with you, Crim6 is carrying the weight of his team. I mean, TP hasn't gotten on the board. Clayster's only gotten 1 kill. I mean,
he's got more than double his other 3 teammates' score.
Yeah.
But early on, and you're going to see a 2 spread here from Complexity. They're going to rotate 1 back. The sniper in the back is going to be Clayster, and he has not been able to hit his shots this game. Clayster's now switching over to the M8. I wonder if it's overkill, and he's going to get picked by Vintage, the difference maker here. Well, how did he hit that shot?
Because that spot, too, people know that, like, you try to get sneaky by that blue barrel there, and look out, there's a little bit of a hole that you're able to sneak out, and Vintage just – he must have been conscious of Clayster doing that. I don't know if it's just from typical player, if they've studied up on it, but that's a spot where you see players kind of, utilize.
5 straight kills for Excellence. Gets taken down, though, before he gets score streaks. The battle continues as we're going to find Jake. And Jake goes down all up the Vintage 1-on-2. Here comes Complexity.
Oh,
he gets
gosh.
1, but it's Aches going to take the lead for the squad. You can see the disappointment on Infused face, but Excellence says, guys, don't worry. We got this. We'll tie it up next round. And Aches almost getting outshot by Vintage, missing low. Nice jump by Vintage, but Aches able to land that last spray. And, man, that was a tight one.
I'm a little disappointed in Excellence. He not only brought the bomb up way past the B bomb site and put it pretty much in the spawn of the enemy team, he also didn't go back and play more conservative when he was that close to a streak.
Yeah.
That was just there was just 2 reckless plays, and that's not characteristic of him.
Honestly, he was using his teammates, and he went in to finish the kill. So I can't be too judgmental of the play, but like you said, when you carry the bomb, you got to play a little bit differently. At least they used to in the Counter-Strike days.
Yeah,
but these Call of Duty boys love to just take it and put it in front of their opponent's feet.
That's exactly what happened. So we're on board here with Clayster. TP's got the bomb, and
I like this position here for Clay.
Yeah, playing a little bit slower, seeing if anybody's going to pop out a ring here and pop him out.
Well, I thought he was going to get challenged, but Excellence wisely backing down. So the slow play once again from Infused. Also Jake in a fantastic position to catch any players from Complexity. Is he going to look middle, though? He's actually right next to Clayster, who is going to be around that corner. Meanwhile, the bomb rotated freely to A. Shots going down from Complexity, trying to give up the positioning. And TP is going to put this one in. Jake's going to get shot in the back by Clay. He gets answered back, though, by Bissell. Here comes the charge. It's going to be Aches and friends inside the ring with a huge advantage. Now 3-on-1, and Aches is not going to get it. Vintage gets his revenge, gets a second with the quick shot there, grabs the M8, the reload, 1-on-1 versus Krim.
And Krim this is going to be crazy here. Krim's trying to come up. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen
Krim has no idea where he's coming from. Here's the shot. Krim sees the shadow, misses twice, gets caught on the ladder. Will Vintage be able to punish? Chasing SMG, and the 180 jump shot from Krim is going to do the damage. Check out this round-ending kill cam, ladies and gentlemen. Krim panicking, gets off the ladder, jumps. The shot with the M8. Double burst straight to the chest. He does not miss.
Anybody else, that wouldn't have happened that way. Crim6 is just a phenomenal player, man. Phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
And look at the Krim bot, 9-3. His teammates, though, coming alive. Eggs showing some life at 5-4, but TP and Clayster still at 2 kills apiece. It's been the Excellence and Vintage show with Bissell and Jake surprisingly being quiet this game.
Absolutely. And Aches has been playing great. It's just Crim6 casts such a large shadow.
I mean, when you have an AR that is so powerful that it can outgun an SMG regularly at short range, you are just a superior player. We got Bissell on your screen with the bomb as it's going to be Infused, trying to push up to B. We got Krim up top. Very scary positioning for him. And Clayster, he's wised up. He's not pushing that barrel anymore, trying to get the same headshot this time from afar. We'll see if he's able to connect. Also, it looks like Jake right next to TP. Shot or grenades coming up. Jake drops down.
He didn't see him jump up there, did he?
And here's the shots. TP missed him, and here we go. First blood is going to go to Infused, as it looks like it's now going to be back in favor. Crim6 picking up kills, Aches as well. And, man, this is going to be tough for Infused. They just lost another one all up to Bissell. They're down 2-4. Can Bissell go clutch? Picks up one left alive. The 1v1, shots down. He's full red. Bissell needs to stay alive here.
I'm still surprised that Jake didn't see him. Watch out. Oh, no!
Oh, Bissell missing wide left, and Krim's going to be able to get the defuse with 2 seconds to spare.
Krim is clutch right now.
He's not losing.
He's not losing. He's single-handedly going to make sure that Complexity continues to get through this game.
That's 2 one-on-one clutches for Krim.
Jake actually missed Aches' jump up. Like, Jake jumped down after that nade went up, and Aches came back up in the box, and Jake didn't even see him. He did get a kill on TP and came back around, but he never even saw it.
Both players missing just a bit, but Krim with the faster reaction, the better right trigger.
Krim, dude. Krim de la Krim, man.
That right thumbstick from Krim. Let's look at your stats one more time as Krim breaks double digits, 11-3, 1 defuse, Aches 6-5 on the other side. The only player still positive is going to be Excellence, but we did see Bissell pick up 2 that last round. Jake got 1. The question is, can Infused bring it back? They need to win 4 straight rounds. Otherwise, Complexity will eliminate them from the tournament and advance to the semifinals.
And Bissell caught everybody running into that A bomb site over there. So Crim6 takes out Excellent, but Bissell does know where they're all at. So he's going to try to wrap around here and do a flank, and he's going to be met with somebody that's up here.
There is a player right next to him. He's got him down low. The bomb's planted. Jake trying to get in position. Do they see the shot? Shots going up top, and it's going to be Krim with the first blood.
Wow,
but
cleared him.
Down goes 3 players. It's up to Krim, and he's picked off just like that. Jake coming alive when they need him most, and he is going to get the trophy explosion as well. Does he get the defuse? Who are they going to give it to?
I don't know who's close at it.
I mean, he's got the RC card.
Jake, I think he just wanted to check with everybody to see what their status was. it took 3 people to take out Crimsix there for sure, though. And there you have it. Staying alive. Again, can't count these boys out. They were down 5-4, and were able to come back and win their S&D here. Let's see if Complexity can do it. Or Infused can come back and do it, or if Complexity can close this one out for once.
Now, I just saw a shot of the players, and honestly, that's not the look I was hoping for. I thought they would be standing up, high-five, and getting ready. Instead, it's Jake kind of scratching his eyebrow like, wow, we got away with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. You want these guys pumped up thinking that they can win 3 more rounds consecutively here, and Bissell going to carry the bomb. They would love to just take Crimsix out of this game right away.
Vintage is my key player. He was their lead slayer early on. He has some nasty snipes this game. Can he get the pick on Crim? You take out Crim, I think you win the round. We're going to see the first blood, second blood. Clayster and Crim6, the third. It's all up to Vintage. Good night, Infused. The Americans 1 kill away, and there they do it. Infused destroyed in less than 30 seconds in the final round as Complexity brute forces their way into the semifinals. It's Aches with the final kill cam.
Yeah, poor guy. I mean, everyone had just dropped down like flies so quickly there. So Infused getting knocked out by Complexity, but what a series that we saw between these 2 teams. You can't say enough positive things about how well Infused play here, especially with Excellence coming in. It certainly was a miraculous performance by those guys, but at the end of the day, Complexity came out game 5.
Yeah, Jake Bissell, Vintage, they upset everyone's predictions. They took out Optic Gaming and Pool Play. They advanced.
Yes.
Excellence, perfect job filling in this weekend for Josh, but Complexity is Complexity. They'll lose some, but when it matters most, they come alive. Crim6, 13-4. This man is on a mission. I think Complexity is definitely a team to look out for, and more importantly, coming up next, we're going to have Unite Gaming versus Envy.
Is that next?
And the winners will face off against each other. No, I'm wrong.
Sorry, I thought that was later.
Complexity Unite, that would have been my final prediction a little bit earlier. But Complexity is going to play the winner of the other match. We'll figure that out a little bit later. Keep an eye out, though, for Unite and Envy. That's going to be match 2 of the evening. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Check it out. It'll be on the station right next to us.
Wonderful.
All right, guys.